How we doing? What is going on, gang? After many days, I can officially say that Ace is live, guys. You can try out Ace for yourself today. Go to the link buildwithace.ai and you can test the tool out for yourself. It's officially live. I'm really happy with the turnout and how it's come out. So yeah, check out Ace for yourself. Today I'm literally just gonna be debugging a couple of things, potentially even moving into some of our future updates. And tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, if I can make it in time, but I plan to kind of do a bigger kind of launch announcement across all my platforms and channels. So yeah, if you want to be the first to test this tool out for yourself before I kind of announce it, today's your day. You've got 24 hours. We had Jmart already test the app, and he's already brought some bugs for me to fix regarding the cron job. So maybe we can start with that. But how are we all doing, guys? How are we all doing? Digital asset news. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Hope you're well. Angel Sanchez, what's good? Prab, how we doing? Thank you. What does it do though? Can you give a demo? Of course I can. So this is Ace, all right? And basically what you can do is you can pretty much build anything inside of Ace, all right? And the capabilities are literally only going to grow the more that I work on it. But in super layman terms, it's a canvas and an environment for non-technical people to be able to use more complex AI workflows. So for example, new project, you can start from scratch, you can build a team. You can, let's say we go for build a team. If you're a bit more like, if you've used the app for a bit longer, I'd go start from scratch. But if you're starting for the first time, try build a team. Then you just want to literally name your project. So like, what do you want to build? You could build a, let's say infinite runner. You know what? Let's build an infinite runner. Continue. And then you can just press this button here. Give it microphone and access. I want to build an infinite runner that is able to, increase in hardness the longer that the run continues on. I think we could add coins and points, a scoring system. Could be interesting if there was like different kind of blocks and things that were blocking the path. Boom. I'm full screen. I hate when I do that. Should I start the demo again? God damn it. Far out. I'll start it again. All right. So this is Ace. Let me delete this because it was a test. And you have two options now. You can go to new project and you can either start from scratch or you can build a team, okay? Now, if you want to start from scratch, you can chuck in your GitHub repo. If you want to build a team, you can also chuck in your GitHub repo. That's fine. Or you can just, start from scratch. So I want to build an infinite runner. I actually tested this out with vanilla Claude yesterday. So I kind of want to see if Ace does a better job. And you can just press this little microphone button here if you don't have whisper flow. I want to build a infinite runner. I want to add coins. I want to add, different kind of obstacles that make it challenging and fun. There should be, sound. The longer that the run goes on for, I think it should get harder, not just in speed, but in the obstacles that are being thrown at it as well. And I want it to be like nice and aesthetic as well. Like I want it to be visually pleasing. I don't want like some game with, you know what, we'll leave it at that. Maybe I'm over prompting it at this point. I'm known for over prompting. Is that a thing, over prompting? Yes, it is. All right, we're going to get rid of this little last bit because I didn't know what I was talking about. Then you just hit continue. And now ACE is literally based off of the AI that you've connected to it, is going to look at that and it's going to come back with some questions. And a bunch of, okay, I'll have to work on that. But it also asks for a bunch of access. I think that's because it wants access to your files, because when you're connecting to Claude and ChatGPT natively, they're located in certain points of your computer. So it's just trying to find that for the first time. But yeah, you can see it's like loading up the questions. Okay, so what should be true when ACE is done? I can use it myself. How much should ACE handle for you? Handle it end to end. What should ACE avoid? Probably do not send anything. Who should this be made for? Just me. What does a finished great result ready to use right away? And now that it's asked questions, you can leave like additional custom response if you remember something. Sometimes I'll find while it's asking me these questions, I'll end up thinking of like extra stuff that I need to add, or I might remember. And now based off of those answers, you can build a team. So I like to just go with 3. It's a good level of like speed and quality. You can go up to 7. That's a bit overkill, but if that's what you want to do, you can totally do that. But yeah, let's go with 3. I want to just do this once off. If you go recurring, this will kind of just attach a cron job timer. But yeah, once off. And now what's really cool about this is based off of the answers that you gave, it's actually drafted out a team with a system prompt. So you can kind of see in here, it's got this whole ass system prompt. And you can move these around as well. Like this is just a suggestion. So you can change it around. You can regenerate the prompt. I've got Gemini for research. Maybe I'll do Claude. I'm not fully sure if I've even connected Claude properly to the dev app. So let's see if this works. And I'll go Claude again. So let's go ahead and create the project. Now, just run the board. This module cannot be imported from a client component module. It should only be used for a server component. Okay, there's another problem to fix. Whisper flow is off right now. Okay, so now we're just gonna let this run. It's probably gonna go for like another couple minutes. I'll let this cook and we'll wait on the result. But what's interesting is I actually made Claude build an endless runner yesterday. So we can kind of compare it against the one that Claude made. If I can find it. Deploy on localhost, unless it's already on localhost. But yeah, you can kind of see just from the screenshot, it doesn't look that amazing from the screenshot. But so hopefully Ace builds something nicer than this. But I'm pretty confident. I think Ace can come back with something nicer. Like just when you have multiple agents working on something and you give them dedicated roles, like the output naturally, actually that's a lie. The output doesn't naturally come better. It actually depends on the agent harness. So a few extra things that I need to actually add over here is we need to add a agent harness assessor. So kind of like a benchmark, I guess. Like we need to add our own benchmark. And I think this is going to be really important because that's going to help us improve our own agent harness internally. So I should probably add that to improve harness. Okay, we're on localhost 8123. So this is the game that Claude built without Ace, okay? You can kind of see there's no music. It's pretty like, it is what it is, you know? So hopefully Ace creates a better game. I mean, it's got birds, you know? I don't mind. Can I go under the bird? Yeah, okay, I can go under the bird. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, this is what Claude built. So we can kind of see if Ace does a better job when we connect it. And what's cool about Ace is like, this game's really easy, by the way. I don't think it's getting any faster. Oh no, it is getting a bit faster. What's really cool about Ace though, is you don't even need multiple subscriptions, right? You can actually just connect your same subscription and just have 3 separate Claude agents with different prompts, system prompts, which will actually improve the output as well. Because what you're doing is you're containerizing each AI agent to then work on a specific task rather than everything. And they just do the one task better because you can prompt it better. And then it spits it out to a fresh new Claude instance, which then improves on its work. So naturally it just turns out better. Like you can imagine in a business, right? You've got the guy who can do everything, or you've got the specialized team who can build the marketing funnel, and then another team who can write the copy, and another team who can design, and another team who can, manage the account. Like you can see the difference through humans. So why not through AI agents, you know? So yeah, the Ace is, okay, this game is all about, is way too easy. But yeah, this is the app. We're on 4 minutes now. And that's another thing you need to take note on as well, is like, if you're going to add additional agents, oh shit, I just realized I'm using Claude Sonnet here. So I built this game using Opus 4.8. So that's actually going to be even bigger of a challenge, because Claude Sonnet obviously not as good. So, all right, shit. I might have screwed myself here, but I was swapping the roles instead of just switching model for that role. Lol, lol, lol. Oh shit. Maybe I need to make that more clear, Jmart. What's harness? I have been hearing this a lot. So harness is basically how AI agents interact with each other. And through building Ace, I've actually realized harness is really important. So everything that you use your AI agent inside of is a harness. So Claude app is technically a harness because you're using your Claude agent inside of the Claude app. And Conductor is a harness because I'm using my AI agents inside of Conductor. Hermes Agent, OpenClaw, everything is a harness because you're using your AI agent inside of the thing. I downloaded my Mac. It is saying it cannot verify it's free of malware. I even added it to developer tools in the system settings. Okay, so I need to, that's weird because I swear I approved it already. Let's have a look at that. So if I go to screen share, I've got all my details inside of the Mac Mini. So let me connect. And this is kind of my testing environment because it's like a separate kind of sandbox. So I can test inside of here and there's no biases, right? Because my MacBook built the app. So if it works inside of a separate environment, then it should be good. Looks like maybe, there we go. All right, we're in. So I tried to fix this yesterday and it was having troubles. So let me see if we can fix it. Oh yeah, Whisperflow doesn't work in here either. So I'll just say, hey, user mentioned that the downloaded app still brings malware. Is this any idea as to why? It could be because I haven't updated the download. The silicon version, okay, cheers. It's probably a signing issue. The issue is like the DMG wasn't notarized. We only notarize the app inside it. When a user downloads a DMG macOS check, the DMG file first, not the app inside. Let me fix that. Okay, cool. There we go. I might just chuck this over here in case it leaks any of my API keys. Looks like that was just a prompt away. Yeah, because yesterday off stream, I actually did like a bunch of additional kind of work. And Vince, what's good, bro? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Where have you disappeared to? So it said that I already notarized the app because I've got the Mac. I've got the Apple developer account and I kind of connected the two, but Bimbe is saying that he's still getting the issue. So let's see if we can fix that. Man, the app is meant for Mac users. So if every Mac user is facing that, that's the problem. But yeah, shout out Bimbe for downloading the app, man. Excited to hear your feedback when you get it working. There is a feedback option in the settings, which I've just added recently up here, or you can just DM me. I'll probably leave a section in the Discord for you to just add your feedback, but yeah. Been busy, bro, life shit and running a company, haha. What company you running, Vince? Fill me in. What are the deets? Okay, okay, so I think I figured out what's happened. The app itself has been notarized, but the DMG package has not been notarized. So that's why you got that issue, Bimbe. On 10 minutes now with the agent team. Thank you. I found a workaround. Happy to help. Legend. All right, let me chuck some music on. Feel that silence a little bit. Oh yeah, also I need to do the Jmart's debugging for that cron job. Man, I've got so many tabs running right now. Let me get rid of a few. All right. AI research beat Google on a few benchmarks and currently onboarding new clients. Analysis of 100K sources for practically anything. We are doing more experimental research, hypothesis validation. that sounds interesting, bro. Who's on the team? How'd you guys get that going? Yo, Ashen, how we doing, brother? Hope you're well. Sway, how we doing? This is Ace right here, as you can see. We are currently building an infinite runner. And so we're testing it based off of Claude's initial, oh shit, what was it? Localhost. Was it 8132? Does anyone remember the localhost? I think I've fully forgotten it. Yeah, okay. Let me find it. I didn't want to open up Claude, but screw it. But yeah, this is Ace. It basically lets you create different workflows, unique workflows, connecting multiple AI agents together to help you accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Now this is Claude's response, so I'll wait for these guys to finish and we can kind of compare the two. 8131. 8131, nah, way off. 8123. J-Mart's smart, but he ain't that smart. Yo, is Emilio in the chat? I just want to say a big fat I told you so, but if he's not in the chat, then I'll have to save it. So what I kind of want to include now is we're inside of Ace Dev. Okay, let me just double check GitHub real quick. One commit behind main. Does anyone smart, can someone smart explain to me how the developer repo gets one commit behind the main repo? Like, how does that happen? Because every single commit has to go through dev before it hits main. So I keep running into this and I'm like, how does that even happen? And I just end up prompting AI to like fix it for me. Can you explain the Ace more and how we can use it? How can we use it? Yeah, of course. This is still going. So this is basically Ace, and it's for non-technical people to be able to have access to more complex workflows. So off the rip, you can either start from scratch or build a team. If you build a team, this will actually walk you through how to, your idea and how to accomplish it. It's going to ask you questions, and then you can choose your team. But let's start from scratch this time. Let's say I want to build a email sender, and this is, you can just go ahead and create. The active run was lost. Resend the prompt to continue. Let me go back into infinite runner. Continue. Okay, well there's another bug that we can fix actually. Where's my whisper flow? So yeah, this is kind of like a little bit of a soft launch. Did you accept the permissions, Bimbe? Claude model's updated. Okay, yeah, true. All right, let me write a quick list. All right. Bugs to fix. Let me chuck this over here. All right. Otherwise, I'm just gonna forget. So I'll call this bugs to fix. Your sway. I'll get back to you in a bit, bro. Sorry. And then we've got cron job, Jmart issue. We've got the audio transcription, Bimbe issue. The issue that I just found was creating new project, stopped pre-projects run. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be like, I'm gonna be way more active in the coming days because I just know I'm gonna get a lot of feedback. Even after accepting permissions, even after, wait, wrong one. Even after accepting permissions. Man, Fable, access to Fable right now would be nice, hey. Keep them coming, yeah? Jmart and Bimbe, if you guys have anything. Oh yeah, the notarized app as well. App. Notarize the app. Let me check up on the notarized app. The new now passes everything. So just confirming, if someone were to download that DMG from a website, it would pass no issues. Claude models updating. We've actually got the Claude running for that, the prompt running for that already. GPT was updated, I'm pretty sure. Claude models update. I think it should be live on dev. Let me just double check. We've got 4.8 and Fable on dev, so it is, I just need to merge it. Bro, what did I study? I studied international business. Probably the most useless degree ever. Would not recommend anyone do that. Please. Let me check if it's on. Yo, Jmart, do you get auto updated, by the way? When a new merge comes in? Let's see if Ace has the new models. And directly connect your AI to it through MCP. Like my AI or everyone's AI? MCP is a big one. Okay, so you can see I've got a lot more shit going on here. Let me go into the weather app that we built. Let's gauge the models. If we were to switch to Claude, they should be updated. Jmart. I've got it updated on mine. Sway, what are you trying to say, bro? English, please, brother. Starting ZR, what's that? Bugs to fix, cron. Alright, let's get this going. Let me just confirm inside of Ace. I don't know why it keeps doing that with these icons, but we can honestly just leave it for now. It's not priority. Let's fix those bugs. I've just notarized the app. Are you able to verify? All right, let me get that cron job message going. Make a video on starting from 0 to hero. It was a typo. Starting from 0 to hero. I want to make that video, but I only want to make it once I complete this challenge. I'm not gonna lie, because the challenge is vibe coding till I make 100K, and I'm only 50% of the way there. You know, so I wouldn't really consider myself 0 to hero yet. Just cautious of putting out content like that and claiming something that I'm not. You know. Yo, leaked messages between Doobie and J-Mart. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh my god. Yo, what are you guys using at the moment? Are you using GPT-5 or Claude? What's better? I can't actually decipher what's better right now, GPT 5.5 or Claude. Because GPT 5.5 got nuked a little bit, but it was, in my opinion, marginally better than Claude. So like now they feel a bit more even. Let me look. Produce the latest published from June 9. There's no newer release or workflow run, so you localize locally rather than through CL. Let me check for a local build artifact and double check. Nothing new was published. But you forget you already are a hero. Aw, you don't realize it yet, bro. Model doesn't matter. That's sweet, Dante. That's sweet. So, I checked and here's the honest picture. I can't verify the file you notarized because it isn't reachable from here, and what's published is still the old unsigned build. Alright. Let me move over. Where is the notarized app located? It's here. Downloads asigned.dmg. Alright, I know what I have to do. Alright, another pro as to why Mac is better than Windows. See this right here? See this screen? I can now literally just go here, find my signed. Okay, that's not. It usually works. All right, that usually works, but I should be able to drag it out. Like 9 times out of 10, this works. But it's not working today. Sick. All right, let me. I should be able to airdrop it maybe. There we go. See how nice that is? Like, no Google Drive, no none of that. Would have been smoother. Apple probably would have gotten, like, bumped their revenue up by a bit if that demo worked just then, but hey, is what it is. All right, so we got the signed app now. It's too large. All right, let me just give the location. The app is called, and it is in my downloads. RG Burns. What are you talking about, bro? Is this regarding... That's all good, bro. Hey, don't stress about it, RG. You could link up main branch and Apple to auto push builds release if I'm not mistaken. And Apple to auto push builds release if I'm not mistaken. Oh, really? I'll need to look into that. Bro, I don't even know 2% of what you are saying, so it would be great if you have a video for us so that we can start like you. All right. I mean, ask me questions, Sway. Ask me any question you want. I'll answer it right now. I'll help you get started. So tell me like whatever questions you have around vibe coding, around how to start, around anything on your mind right now. Maybe you're scared to start. Ask me any questions and I'll answer it in a way that helps you understand. Anything. Verification full pass. Both the DMG and the app inside it are correctly signed and notarized. This build will not trigger the gatekeeper dialog. Can you please publish the app now? As the one on the website is currently not the signed version. Which route do you want? Quick manual upload to this DMG or full CL release? Let's go full CL release. That way it auto updates. If you need help asking questions, then ask him or AI. How do I ask? True. Was in reference to linear LMA. Yeah, because I was making an app and I'm on Windows, so I had to use GitHub to build and push it to Apple Dev. I mean, this sounds like it right here, actually. If it's done through the CL release, then it auto updates are covered. So I'm pretty sure this is what it's talking about. So I get Ultra Code on it right now. Okay, here I can copy this. Honestly, just get Ultra Code on everything right now. Screw it. Could produce the final response. 600 seconds. Partial output may be incomplete. Not entirely sure what happened here, but basically the first time that we ran the prompt, I opened up a new project, which actually stopped the previous project. Then I continued the project by just prompting continue, and we have gotten this error now. So can you look into why and fix? You need GitHub Actions for auto push app updates. We've already got the auto push app updates. We just don't have it for the actual signed app itself. The signing itself is proven good. That's the hard part, but the 5 signing secrets aren't in GitHub yet. Ones are CL can't sign without them. The key, chain cert, and env variables you use for the local build don't carry over to actions. Okay, so can you manually just add the .dmg and then we can go from there? as a once-off fix solution, and we can go from there. Implemented a local ace fix. Let me get Opus to review. Yeah, it looks like it's already set up or trying to. I need to give it my Apple keys, which I'll probably just do off stream. But I think as a quick fix, we can just do the one I've already signed. All right, we're fixing the cron job. We're fixing why it randomly stopped working. We are also going to be fixing audio transcriptions. On a separate device, audio transcriptions did not work, even though permissions were accepted. Can you look into why this might have happened and patch it? We're going Claude Ultra Code, man. We ain't fucking around. We've notarized the app. We can tick this. It's too small. Claude models update. We can tick that. Yo, Jmart, do you get the auto update thing that pops up where you get a little message on the side that says, you know, restart the app to auto restart? Do you get that? Because we're up to the newer models now. Bro, I am from Bharat, so it is tough for me to attend your lives every time. So I would love a video so I can start to become like you. No, that's fair. I mean, I have heaps of videos on how to start. Maybe I could do like a beginner guide. What about, but feel free to ask me questions, bro. Like, you're here now, you know? I'll wait for it to finish, then verify the published asset is signed. Cool. I'm burning through my usage right now. What are we at? Oh no, we're actually pretty good. 6%, that's not bad. What else do we need to fix? Create new project stopped previous projects run. We're kind of fixing that now. Fixing all of these now, actually. Connect AI, okay. Launch readiness. How'd it go? Runs with no timeout, so it falls back to the hard default. This timer is set once at spawn and never resets on activity. Fix doesn't break the deliberate short dual run caps. Okay, cool. I don't know if anyone does the updates are pulling for the GitHub releases, and unless you're shipping the app with your GitHub creds, don't think anyone will auto update. Really? I think you're wrong, Jmart, because Conductor has the similar setup where you can, because it's an Electron, right? You are able to hit restart and go from there. Yo, Rich Ducat, we are live, baby. Link in description. So yeah, Jmart, I'm pretty sure you're wrong, bro. I just used Apple native voiceover. I created the app, answered the questions, and it ran into an error. I did not catch it. Nothing in my projects folder. I did the same thing. It says it exists. Would be to make a public repo you ship the releases to. I see. Okay, good point. I think Conductors is not private, so that's probably why. Okay, so verify it worked. The Apple Silicon download now serves you signed plus notarized build. What I did. Okay, cool. Sweet. Everything merged. I just used Apple. I created the app, answered the questions, and it ran into an error. I did not catch it. Nothing in my project photos. Let me know if you can get that error, Bimbe. That would be very helpful. I did not connect to Git though. Okay, the other thing is, so currently the Ace app on my computer is getting live updates every time the GitHub repo gets updated. Now I just want to confirm, do others also get this update? Because the repo is private. So the quick restart to update, does that function work for other people or no? I know you're getting overwhelmed, Element. I mean, I expected this. I knew the moment it went live that there would be a bunch of bugs that I had to fix. So is what it is, you know. I came prepared. This ain't my first rodeo, man. Merge to dev plus main. Cool. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. Require contact email for feedback. Is this merge to main? I think this one as well. Merge to main already done. Can get rid of that. Compile exe app. Maybe the dev app doesn't work properly for some reason. Ace update access. Yes, but only for people who can access the private GitHub release. The current behavior is application and pulls from GitHub main. The restart to update prompt appears after the app downloads a published runtime release, not just any local conductor workspace edit. Because the repo is private, other people only get those live runtime updates. The app can authenticate to data first tries. So yes, public customers no, not reliably while runtime release. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hey, good call, Jmart. Added that to the thing. All right, let me get Opus Ultra Code on this because this is a pretty big task. So the whole concept is to be able to give users the ability to just simply restart to update the app. However, currently that isn't working. So can you look into why and how we can fix this? Don't tell me I need to add a third repo, man. I swear, if I need to add a third repo. Oh, nice. Command failed, git init. Okay, legend. Bimbe, thank you, brother. Fable 6? Bro, I have Fable 8, bro. What are you talking about? We battle ready, we stay ready, we gonna carry the boats. Dante with the energy, bro. Alright, let's fix this error. User got this error when trying to run a command. To build an app, answered the questions and it ran into an error. This is the error. Please look into what might have occurred and patch it. Dude, this is heat. Look how many freaking AI instances we got right now. Fix cron connection editing. Review summary. Not per your review preference. This is not normal. Everything else looks sound. Findings. Okay, so there was one issue in the review. Let's go ahead and fix. I might have to switch to Claude as default for the time being. I think it is a little better. We can use GPT 5.5 thinking high to review, and then Claude Max to do everything else. All right, done. Okay, get rid of that. Launch readiness. All right, now walk me through the next steps to get the auto updater. Oh yeah, true. Please sync dev to main. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different agents running at the same time right now. To be fair, they're all on Claude Ultra Code. Yo, this must be eating my usage right now. What are we at? We're at 14%. That's actually not too bad. And we reset in 2 hours and 36 minutes. So I think that should be good. We need conductor for Windows Twin, for real. Yo, what's good, Doobie? What's today's goal? Also going to say we got to go 50K, man. We've been stuck 40K for too long. I completely agree with you, man. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit that. Congratulations to launch, brother. Thanks, bro. Claude can build conductor if you have time for it. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the count has gone up $20 today, thanks to Jmart. The live stream count has gone up a little bit. If you blast for 5 hours straight, you could have it done. What, conductor for Windows? What are you running local? And I don't got Claude Max either, lol. Lol, 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 lol. All right, let's have a look at what we got here. Done, dev to main. All right, now walk me through the next steps to get the auto updates working for the notarized app. Fix, was this the one regarding, that's Bimbei's issue? Ace updates access. Man, I had Claude Fable doing a full code review of the app, and then they just got rid of it. It actually ended up breaking my app a little bit because Claude Fable was in the middle of building and reviewing my app and like tinkering with it. And then literally I like stopped for the day and I knew that it wasn't complete, which is kind of my bad. And then they just freaking banned Claude Fable. Some people are theorizing that it's not going to come back. What do you guys reckon? Slyphorn, you got class today, bro? Let's have a look at... This is regarding this issue. Did it find the issue? Now wait for adversarial verification. Root cause fully confirmed. The cutoff error event and when the build step commits no text, the board throws. After 6, partial output may be incomplete. Now, per the Ultra Code mandate, I'll run an adversarial verification workflow. The verification workflow is running in the background while it works. Now I'll wait for the adversarial, only runner has timeout. Now Codex runner, now Gemini. All 3 runners are wired to the helper. Let me run the existing runner tests to now confirm the rewiring didn't break the absolute cutoff. These errors are import resolution issues. All 9 existing tests pass. Perfect. All right, looks like Bimbei's issue is going to get fixed. Okay, so this is saying, good news, I checked the wiring and all auto update plumbing is already in place and proven. The only thing missing is one signed version bump release. Here's exactly what's there and what's left. Confirm. So nothing needs building. The steps. You add the 5 signing secrets. Okay, this is to GitHub. The moment you say the secrets are set, how it then reaches users. Anyone on a signed install on next launch, the updater sees installed. Auto up downloads the signed zip, validates it, and prompts to restart. From here on, every future release auto updates. Anyone still on the old unsigned won't let an unsigned app auto update, so they need to grab manually once after they're on the signed train, and auto updates work. I uploaded fix the manual download only. It did not enable auto update because the macOS auto update pulls not the DMG, and I only swapped the DMG. Okay, so this is probably the next thing. So I reckon today we're just gonna do a fat debugging session, and then tomorrow let's have a little bit of a launch party. I'm gonna try and record a video and get it out in time, basically talking about this. I'm gonna push it across everything. We'll try and do a little launch party tomorrow. Same time. Did you know that when you eat hamburgers, hamburger become less hamburger? This is bad because you get less hamburger after eating hamburger after bite of hamburger bad. The hell did I just read, man? I'm trying to find the hyperlink through all this mental noise. Wait, it's making an endpoint for updates? What the WTF? Wait, so it is working? Jmart? Because it's an Electron, because it's a Chromium app wrapped as a package, it should work. I've been away from the Claude project for a bit, but I'm back. How can I help you update Ace? What do you mean, Bimbe? How can I help you update Ace? I think Ace, the new version is fixed a little bit, I think, kind of, maybe. Changed. Okay, let me get fix cron connection editing. Let me get another review on this. Get init b flag fix. So the create a new app flow when there's no existing repo runs through, which initialized the repo with flag was only added in git. The machine then hit your build with has an older git, so it rejected the flag. Your dev machine here has git, which supports b, which is why it works for some setups but not others. This was a single product code use of b, the other matches a test setup. Okay, so your GitHub wasn't updated, Bimbe. Has existed for 15 years and does exactly what bmain does internally. I did not run the full. Okay. Let me get edit before sending. I'll get Claude Ultra Code on this. All right, so that's regarding that. Ace update access. What I found so far, there are 2 restart to update mechanisms, and the relevant one is broken for normal users because of a private repo auth gap. The runtime content update path is what powers the quick restart to update prompt. It tries to fetch the runtime release from the private repo 2 ways. GHCLI works only if the user has GitHub CLI installed, authenticated, and granted repo access. That's internal devs only. Unauthenticated fallback to sends no authorization header for a private repo. GitHub returns 404 and the asset also requires auth, so this fails for everyone without GH. Net effect. A normal customer's app silently never downloads a new runtime. Okay, that was a good find, Jmart. It looks like it's auto creating a repo. Oh, that's why Bimbe said he didn't connect Git. Yes, exactly. Nah, I see your Claude talking to itself. That's the best way, bro. A normal customer's... Yo, I wonder if you could make 2 AI agents start flirting with each other on Ace. You just connect 2 Claude agents and you're try and hit on the other agent. Try and sleep with the other agent. See what happens. Harpio in the code base. What's running? I have now an authoritative adversarially verified. Jesus Christ, man. Authoritative adversarially verified. Like, Jesus, bruv. No wonder people use the caveman skill. One verifier even corrected a wrong assumption in my initial hypothesis. The proxy must be public, not session gated, because the electron main process has no user session. Let me say the single most non-obvious finding to memory, then give you the full write-up. Okay, cool. So we can get rid of this. Ace update access. Yo, chill. That's literally how they're achieving beyond AGI. Ace auto-connected GitHub. I believe it was something to do with a project with Claude Code. Also, I have no way in the settings to unconnect Git. So you don't want to connect Git. Is that what you're saying? Okay, noted. In your findings, can you also mention that there's no way for a user to unconnect GitHub? I didn't know that that was something that users would need, you know, unconnecting to GitHub. Like what's the reason for that? No code findings. All right, cool. We can go ahead and create PR. Why restart to update isn't working. Is private and every update path. Jmart, you were right. Authenticating only via the local GH. Customer has no GH CLI and no repo access, so all paths fail. The path that actually drives the restart to update banner is the runtime content updater. For a customer, it fails in 2 steps silently. Because nothing's downloaded, the local manifest is unchanged. The same root cause blocks the full DMG path. Man, I'm learning so much. It's been an hour and 5 minutes and I feel like I'm a different person already. Path, runtime, content. Let me check that music back on, man. I feel like it was like activating brain cells. Runtime works internal, yes, yes, yes. Works external, no, 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 yes. Okay, so how to fix it? The fix is already half built. The public DMG download solves this exact private repo problem. The Cloudflare worker holds a server side, authenticates to the private repo, and redirects the user to the asset and runtime updater. Just needs an analogous endpoint. Analogous endpoint. Recommended approach, medium effort. With a generic for the 302 modeled on reads release download token. Redirects to the authenticated GitHub asset. It must be public, not session gated. A verifier corrected my initial assumption here. The Electron main process has no super base session to forward. And it doesn't need one since only the server side token touches the private repo. The catch you need to know before we start. The updater fix lives in Electron, which is the shell, not the runtime bundle. That means the fixed updater ships only in a new signed DMG, not through the runtime content channel. So existing installs in the field can't self-heal via, yeah, that's fine. 2 ordering constraints follow from agents.md. Only. All right, let's do it. I don't know if that was enough for it to do what it needs to do, but let's just pray. We can merge this. I want to connect to the Git. The Git connector does not work. Okay. Noted. How do you plan to connect to Git? Just through the CLI or? Microsoft and GitHub both got hacked months ago. Hackers are stealing all data and no one knows I'd have to find the video. You should assume majority of people don't use or know about Git, depending on your target market could matter. That's true. Most people should know that was a big deal. I remember the hackers selling their findings of GitHub's entire internal repos. Actually a wild hack. I do think there isn't enough attention on it. Interesting. Alright, so we need to fix GitHub again. Another GitHub fixing session. Great. Audio transcription. Man, I thought this live stream was going to be all about having fun with Ace, and now here I am debugging it again. Okay, I think we fixed the cron issue. We just now need to fix the fact that users need to update their app. Manual download only, yes. The socket connection was closed unexpectedly. For more information, pass verbose true in the second argument to fetch. Dude, what the hell? That's weird. Am I using too many ultra code sessions simultaneously? They didn't do the hack. Tacoma's finally done. That was a 28-minute prompt. So this was regarding the error that I faced. There was not a CL GitHub build failure. It came from inside Ace's own agent runtime. When you open a new project, it aborted the first run, reran a long build step, which hit a hard timeout and died the same way again. Each CLI runner one 600-second 10-minute will clock timer at spawn and never reset it. Every long-running real work path in the staged workflow calls the runner with no timeout, so they all inherited that hard 10-minute cap. A build step doing genuine work got sig termed at exactly 600 seconds, even while it was actively streaming output. The cutoff string flowed into errors and the both through it. Okay. The fix converts the hard cap into an inactivity watchdog. An explicit timeout stays a hard absolute cap. The deliberately short dual run synthesis and architect timeouts are unchanged. With no timeout, the run is stopped only after 600 of true silence, backed by a 60-min absolute net against runways. An actively working build now runs to completion. Abort routes through the watchdog. It cancels both timers, so this was hardened against an adversarial multi-agent review. This is what I'm talking about with agent harnesses, right? is you need to think about all this shit. It's like, oh, of course the runs can go for longer than 10 minutes, right? Of course. So now we need to support that. Want me to push to open PR to dev? I'd run one note. Say the word if you want me to amend it to your name, email before pushing. Create PR, done. Merged into dev. So dev should get a restart, as you can see down here. Fix cron prompt and edge deletion. Use resend HTTP transport for hosted feedback. Configure SMTP. Okay. Did you build the game with Ace? What was the difference between Ace and Claude Code? We actually ran into an issue because it did not get... we just ran into a bug. So now it's gone from testing Ace to just debugging the shit out of Ace. We had like 10 different AI instances running at the same time at one point. Third day in a row tuning in. Let's go, Henry. This is my 4th day in a row live streaming. So hey, you and me both. Woo! Bro, dude, we need to speak voice to voice, brother. I'm telling you, I'm cracked. That's funny. I mean, I was running like on Thursdays, I was running like a call on the school community where I would just like hang out in call for an hour and then anyone could join and we could just shoot the shit. But no one ended up joining. Like literally no one joined. Maybe I didn't push it hard enough, but I was like if no one's gonna join, I'm just gonna stop doing it. But I was keen, man. I was keen. Audio transcript permission fix. 2 decisions for you. Ship it per the time runtime. Durable offline fix. Separate desktop release to make Apple speech actually work offline on a clean Mac without a cloud key. Sounds good. Let's continue. Sounds good. Let's do it. Today was a good day. Hey Doobie, why was it such a good day? For me, a little stressful. If this helps, Ace tells me to create a project or choose a repository path before sending prompts. Wait, are you telling me it tells you to create a project or choose a repository path before sending prompts, as in like it won't let you send a prompt at all? Bimbe? You know the rap song Today Was a Good Day? Of course, bro, by Ice Cube. Ace, I think so. I think this is due to the GitHub issue. So it's worth noting that GitHub on another device is saying connected even though it isn't connected. And so when a user wants to connect their GitHub, it's not letting them. And this is actually causing more problems because then when they go to send a prompt, it's saying that it needs GitHub connected or it needs to create a repo, but the user can't connect their GitHub because the app is just saying connected with no way to unconnect. So can we look into why this might be happening and if what you have done has fixed this issue? I'm assuming that's what happened, right? Bimbe? L school, fair enough. Some people like it, some people don't. Bro, have you seen Matt from Bridgemind? Of course, man. Of course. He's part of the reason why I started this journey, man. Because of Bridgemind. He's a huge inspiration. Sounds good, do it. You know the rap song Today Was a Good Day, the legend. Yo, Unk, only way to make money online is sell courses. Some Unk on school I was selling It's a $47 course per month and had 1.3k members, which equals a year, which is a physician's salary. That's fair. I mean, everyone has their own methods, right? He did a Yankees. I mean, the way that I look at it is this, right? If you're making more money doing the thing, then you can make a course about it. If you're making more money from the course than actually doing the thing, then you can't make a course about it. I feel like that's fair, no? I think that's a fair take. You can make a course if you're making more money than the course is making. I think that's like a good rule of thumb. Like if you made like $1 million from building apps, then you can make a course that generates how much Broly is saying, 700,000. But if you're making 700,000 from the course and you've only made like 10k from making an app, I don't know. Things aren't adding up. That's my opinion. But also, like, naturally, people rise to the top and they choose the best course sellers, right? So people who sell courses who are successful are also probably successful in like the thing that they're trying to teach, because otherwise they wouldn't have that many people joining as well. So it's like it naturally gets like canceled out, and it's natural selection at the end of the day. If you make 100k a month doing whatever, and then you make a course on how to make 100k a month, and then you make 200k a month with the course, that's fine. I mean, that's also fair. I mean, that's fair. I guess you're not really... I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair take. That's also a fair take. It's hard. It's a fine line, man. I think the main problem is when you make a course and you're not making any money. If you're only making money from a course, then... yeah. Not true. Can make a trading bot. What is the ACE program that you are using? I'm new. So ACE is my app that I've just built. There's a link in the description if you want to try it out. Although I'll probably wait till tomorrow, just because I'm kind of debugging it right now. But yeah, this is ACE. Even Unk course sellers like Unk Dan Martel is LARPing and gatekeeping. I mean, Broly, bro, you can also just not be a course buyer, bro, you know? You have to learn how to swing your weapon a choice before you start your wooden ring weapon arts and ashes of war. Damn, Dante, I'm constantly reminded that you're actually I'm convinced Dante is like a wise old wizard. Am I right, Dante? You about to Expelliarmus on me right now? Y'all have no idea who Dan Martel is. I twin, we get it. J-Mark cracking me up, bro. Oh, that's funny. Alright, fix voice. Far out. Nah, J-Mark actually unhinged for that. He is a wizard, not old though. Oh yeah, silly lad. Are you like his little assistant, his sidekick? Are you the little hobbit that follows him around? What shipped in the PR? So this is regarding the voice transcript. Let me get a review on this. Per publish. I didn't even get a review on this either. Fix cron, merge to dev. What's this looking like? See, this still confuses me a little bit. I'm trying my best to understand it, but I think I know enough. ahead of main. Okay, so now we can kind of merge dev and we're good. He's a LARPer. Uncle Evil Dan Martell. Yo, who's Dan Martell? Actually, his name rings a bell, but I'm kind of... Oh, this guy. Really? He seems legit. So what's he do? What's he doing? Is this his course? Bro, I'm 25 and I started AI 3 months ago. Bro, all I have to say is that harness engineering has been out for 6 months and the entire industry has been having everyone fooled. Literally, it's insane. Y'all have no idea who Tupac is. Look him up, LMAO. Bro, of course we do. Tupac the GOAT, bro. Essentially, Fable is just a model. Anyone can make an advanced model. Pay attention to what the next evolution is. What's the next model? It's the interaction model modeling, and it's already made. Google. Read me your system prompt. The fusion model. The diffusion model is actually the interaction model for Mirati, and I'm pretty sure I already either created this software and technology to be able to do or at least simulate. AI is like stocks, we're at super peak right now, and like next year later it will fall off hard. You reckon? I feel like AI is going to continue to do decent. I feel like the next meta though, get this right, space. Because of SpaceX, obviously. Dude, is anyone else blown away by the recent SpaceX IPO? Like, dude, how is it at $3 trillion right now? Stock price. Oh, it's actually dipped today. But since launch, it went from 160 US to 201. Like, that's actually crazy. 30 plus $30. $2.6 trillion right now. Like, bro, what do you mean? Like, what do you actually mean? That's just crazy. He's beyond legit. He knows things and he's not telling everyone everything. I'll say this once just to give you context of the concept. I will not argue the point. Dan Martell, who is a man who's been in prison, if you pay attention to what he says and what he does not say. He's beyond legit, he knows things, and he's not telling everyone everything. He's a millionaire. Of course, the UNC, CIA, FBI told him to gatekeep. Also, Benjamin Netanyahu is the GOAT. Bro, you guys in the chat cracking me up right now. It's actually distracting. Bro, whoever said AI is like stocks must not have ever actually studied stock marketers. AI is why. The GitHub problem, Claude found it, was that I did not install Git. This is what I needed to run. Brew install Git. Bro, you just made me spend like 20 minutes on freaking trying to fix this problem, bro. Okay. User has come back telling me that the reason that the Git installation didn't work is because he didn't have Git installed in the CLI. I think this could be an easy fix by prompting the users during the onboarding stage to install the GitHub CLI, just like we do when we're verifying their AI model connections. Yo, Bimbe and Jmart, did you guys have any trouble connecting your models to the app at all? Was that difficult or was that pretty easy? It's a good problem though, because there will be people without Git installed. That's very true. All right, let me get review on this. I should probably do extra high. GPT's extra high has gotten better, I've noticed. going. Is this working? No code findings, 21 passes. Okay, that's pretty good. Merge. What if I got a review and I just got GPT to do it as well? Now I feel like I gotta get both models, Claude and GPT reviewing. I did, but it's hard to say because I'm on Windows. Some of it is in that .md I sent you, talked about connecting models issues. Okay, good to know. We're in the dark web right now. Yo, Doobie, I'm here from the Replit days, just FYI. Yo, I am Naman Gupta, 22. Let's go. What's poppin', bro? I've just released my own Replit, essentially. This is Ace. And Ace essentially lets you connect multiple AI agents together to do cool things. And I actually came up with this idea when I was building the autonomous app factory, because I realized, like, hang on a second, this autonomous app factory is actually like overpowered. And it was the ability to connect multiple different AI agents together. We had 11 running in the app factory, and we had one that would research pain points from Reddit. And then we had another one that would synthesize that answer and research bad reviews from competitors. And then another one that would synthesize those two answers into an app build. And then another agent that would build the app. And then another agent that reviewed the app. And then another agent. And it just kept going to the point where we even had an agent uploading it to the Apple developer portal. And it was literally like from the press of a button, you could let this run and it would autonomously find ideas, autonomously build the app, and then autonomously send it to Apple. And I was kind of like, holy shit, this is really cool, but it's a very limited use case. Like, it just builds apps for Apple. So why don't I build the system where people can create agent teams and build whatever they want with it? So, we're just getting started. I'm not going to say like this is the best app in the world, but you now have the ability to connect multiple agents together, and I'm only going to continue to work on it to improve it. So if you want to try out Ace for yourself, there is a top link in the description. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Right now I've got Jmart, who it's only for Mac at the moment, and I've got Jmart who installed it for Windows. And I've got Bimbe, who didn't have GitHub installed. So these are my two test subjects right now. If anyone else wants to help me out, then that would be appreciated. No offense, but isn't that copywriting Bridgemind? Isn't he building this exact same thing? Just a question, bro. All good vibes. Is he? Yo, is Bridgemind building the same thing as me? I actually didn't know that. I don't watch his streams, so what's he building exactly? Is it literally the exact same thing? No way. Did not find a second discrete actionable defect. Okay, we're good to go then. Can merge. Dude, I've done so many different separate jobs, I don't even know what I'm merging anymore. I think dev should be quite a bit ahead of main right now. Four commits ahead. Can we merge all of dev into main? Okay, what's happening here? Create a PR. What's going on here? No findings. Perfect. That's really good. I think we can merge. Def wasn't this though, lol. Yo, Gupta, you gotta answer the previous question, bro. The key findings, GitHub CLI is already in onboarding GitHub. Git is the real gap. What's actually missing and what caused your user's failure is Git itself. The plain Git binary is invoked everywhere. What I'd add mirrors the GH pattern exactly. My recommendation decisions. Any? Okay, let's get a review. The only one I'd flag for your call is block versus warn. Okay, wait, close anyway. Let's implement these. I think we should warn the user if Git is missing. I think GitHub could be recommended. If it's possible to auto install it for them, let's do it. But if it's too much of a hassle, then don't bother. I'll let you take charge on this. The reviewer's findings was correct. Let's one check pending. Let's get another review while that's pending. What are the source for new ideas? You would be fine though, because it's the smart hard workers who make it. Cheers, bro. Yeah, Bridge is building the same thing as far as I know. It's a platform where you can set up multiple agents that can work together. Really? This is news to me. Yo, anyone else watching Bridge can vouch? The growth you got from that one Claude usage limits video was insane. Any tips on how you leveled up and ideated and executed that video? Yeah, I just saw a bunch of people talking about it on X, and every time someone provided a tip, I would literally just like bookmark it like this. And then once I had enough information, I went through all the feedback and tips and I made the video. And I think because I was one of the first people to make the video, it blew up. Yo, Unc, how much you selling? Broly, gotta stop calling me Unc, bro. There's a link in the description. It starts from $15 a month, but if you get the annual plan, it's like $8 or something. And it's unlimited usage, BYO subscription. The only similarity in my eyes is a multi-agent workspace, lol. Visually two completely different things. Yeah, I mean, I'd hate to make it look like I've copied a guy when I don't even know what he built. Like, don't get me wrong, I follow Bridgemind on Twitter, and I can see like he posts and stuff. I subscribe to him, but I don't actually watch anything that he does. So how's this looking in terms of... Should probably get a review. So how's this looking in terms of new users? Are they now getting auto update restarts, or like is the issue resolved or not yet? For this to actually reach users, it ships in a new DMG, not a content update. The worker route must be deployed per agents.md, merging to the full path. Okay, so how's this looking? Have you built the new DMG? Make sure it's signed. And have you merged to main yet? Fix voice transcription failure. Copy this, paste it into here. The only there are a million of them. Love the vibes in these streams, man. Keep it up. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Would need to download a new version, I would assume. I think you do need to download a new version. I'm just wondering now, because I've signed that previous app. Are they all automatically signed moving forward, or do I need to re-sign every new version? Sickiest, how we doing? I'm building my app called Ace, which is an agentic coding environment. Feel free to check it out, link in description. Yo, Claude design is actually underrated. Like, more people should be using Claude design. I feel like fix a lot of problems. Yo, are you using both Codex and Claude to code? Yes, sir. Yes, we are. All right. So, I have a proposal to make. We are trying to build the best possible agent harness. Are we not? And that ultimately is going to improve the output of the app. However, there's no way to actually identify whether our agent harness is actually good or not. There's no way to tell if we make an improvement if that actually improves the agent harness. So what I'm proposing is that we actually build like almost like our own benchmark to test our harness. And then every time we make changes and improvements, we're able to test it against that exact same bench and confirm whether or not our harness has improved. Help me kind of understand how this would look. Do you think this is a good idea? Okay, so we got an issue. No, we got an issue. One, Updated proxy change will not ship via runtime publishing. Copy that, paste it here. We could probably go back to max on this, but it's fine. What's my Claude usage at? I think we're getting close now. 39%. Oh, we're chilling, man. How do you use Claude Design? I used Claude Design to build this entire app. It's just a website. I don't know if you've seen it before. It's literally Claude Design here. And you will see I've literally built my entire app through Claude Design, which helps me visualize like what I'm looking at. You can see this is the documents section, and you can kind of just see like, okay, this is what the documents is going to look like. If you're happy with it, you can export it through the shared button. And then now you know that this is what the documents is going to look like when you give it to your coding agent. You need some internal tracking, 100%. So let's see what this guy said. Yes, this is a very good idea, and honestly, it is probably necessary if you want Ace's harness to become genuinely strong instead of just feeling better after each change. Right now, you are improving the harness by intuition, spot checks, user examples, and review. That works early, but it does not scale. You need a repeatable way to answer. Does this change make Ace product produce better results, or did it just change the behavior? What the benchmark should measure. It should not only score the final output, it should score the entire harness. Intent. Okay. The last one matters a lot. Ace's core promise is not multiple agents ran. The promise is multiple agents produce a better result. Exactly. How it could look. You create an internal benchmark suite, something like Ace Harness Bench. It contains fixed missions. Build a construction estimator for my customer. Create a daily YouTube scriptwriter that emails me drafts. Scrape competitors monthly and summarize changes. Each mission has expected behavior. Then every harness change can run against the same suite and produce a report. Okay. Cool. Scoring approach. Use a mix of deterministic checks and AI judging. Did workflow type equal expected? Did it create a web gate? AI judge checks. Are the step O2 questions useful? Important design principle. Do not make the benchmark only about did test pass. A harness benchmark should... Caveats. This will not give a perfect truth score. AI outputs are stochastic. Models change and judges can be wrong. But it will give you something far better than vibes. The key is to treat the benchmark as a trend tool. Okay, yes, build it. This would become one of the most important pieces of Ace. Is Ace trying to be the best? Okay, this is cool. And I think once I build it, I can test other people's as well, and we can compare it to Ace. Yo, Broly, I'm curious to know your age at this point. Calling me uncle the time. How's debugging going so far? It's going good, bro. How you going? Broly, model is only part of the recipe. Model is only as good as its harness. LMAO, no shot. It is the most important. All right, so I'm just gonna copy this. Write an in-depth prompt for me to send to another coding agent to build an agent harness. I want to call it Ace Bench. I'm just trying to think how we can connect it. Like maybe to start, we just connect it to like a Google Sheet or something to view results. Actually, we're probably going to need to create a dashboard. I think part of this is to visually be able to show the results. Like we need to create some sort of dashboard that's easy to understand in the ACE. I got the hiccups. In the ACE branding. Okay, let's do another review. Let me go back to Max. Interesting. When you switch effort mid-chat with Claude, your next response will be slower and use more tokens. I did not know that. All right, let me get another review on this. Merge dev into main. Cool. Let me verify this worked. Man, I'm multitasking really well right now, I feel. Like I feel like usually I struggle with this amount of like load, but I feel like I'm doing all right now. We've already made some meaningful improvements to the app. One commit behind main. See, how does that happen? How does one commit behind main happen? Dev is currently one commit behind main. Can we sync them up? Good, just came back from dinner. Where you based, Angel? Bro, I tried Handshake AI job and they scammed me like unks. They stole everybody's money. Beautiful Handshake AI job. What the hell? Gotta sign them contracts. Bro, why are you handshaking AI jobs, bro? The verbal agreements never fall through, bro. Teamwork make the dream work. Factual. Jeez, this is a very in-depth prompt. Holy moly. Okay, let me copy this into Claude, Ultra Code, and we will let you do your thing. Does /goal work for Claude as well here? No, it doesn't. Okay. So the email rate limit's been fixed. Launch readiness hardening. We're gonna fix that. Fix cron prompt. We merge that into dev. Okay. We moving. This has been running for a minute now. Fix restart to see, this is what it should look like, Jmart. You should get this like restart option here, like fix restart to update for non-internal users via hosted runtime proxy. Fix replace runners hard 600 second cutoff with an inactivity watchdog. Fix cron prompt and edge deletion. Use resend HTTP transport for hosted feedback. Cool. Let's go ahead and restart. What else do we have on here? We had audio transcript, Bimbay. Hopefully, I think we might have fixed it. Creating new project stopped. Yes, we fixed that. So we need to create an MCP. What have we got here? Task panel, making the output more aesthetic, implement auto app factory feature, system prompt generation button. Ah, yes. I had something up here. Write an in-depth prompt for me to send to another coding agent to build an agent harness. I want it to call it Ace Bench. Okay. There should be a prompt up here. Merge the step 2 task, improve. Additional, at the end of step 2, after the generated clarification questions may help the user realize extra. The box. Yo. Someone's called me. Hold up. Give me 1 sec. Weird. Someone ringed my doorbell. I was like, what the hell? Chuck music back on. Hold up. 1 sec. Bugs to fix. Cron job, Gemini issue. CP would help. Okay. Uncle Doobie, make sure your app is cybersecurity safe. Evil uncle hackers could potentially steal your data. Of course. Once I download the new one, should be good. Hey Doobie, have you made arbitrage bot and have you made any money? I have not made an arbitrage bot. OreMiner was basically this app for the Ore protocol, which would allow users to automate specific kind of transactions. The Ore protocol really popped off at one point, became one of the largest revenue generators in crypto, except since then it's died down now. But while it was popped off, OreMiner was one of the biggest, I guess, like side projects of Ore protocol. Dev to main. No code findings from the diff. Can merge. Description failures on device without. I think this is good for merge. I get one more review. Nothing committed. Want me to open. Okay, let me get a review on this. It's a big code change here. Findings none. Perfect. We can send this now. Hi, Doobie, I'm back. I really love that. Hold up, one sec. Someone's at the door. Bimbe saying he likes the futuristic interface for Ace, so appreciate it. Cheers, bro. I spent a lot of time on it, so. And this is all through yo. Apologies, my neighbor is having some troubles with her phone, so I've just lended her my mobile and it's connecting to my headphones, so. Alright. The revenue from this app? No. Since we started this challenge, I've launched like 4 separate apps now. Findings, no blocking code findings in the changed files, release flow concern. Okay. Looks like we're fine. The content issue, you were right with Apple. The UI promises on device macOS speech and ask the user to allow speech recognition to fix. One sec. The fix review is option A. In transcribe audio with providers, the fallback loop now stops when the primary provider is Apple Speech and it fails with the permission error. It surfaces that permission error, which already guides to the user. Key details scoped to the primary hinted provider. So I think this is good to merge. Didn't have any issues with let me just double check. I gotta be careful now because this is a production app, so. Findings. This didn't work by the looks of it. Chuck it through. What was this? Troubleshoot. So the whole concept is to be able to give users the ability to just simplify, restart to update the app. Okay. Because this is a big code base, I'll swap over to Claude Ultra Code for a bit. Man, was really hoping we could test the app out today, but it's looking like it's another big debugging session, unfortunately. Apologies, guys. Maybe with the improved harnessing, we could retry the infinite runner. I'm just wondering if I hit continue, is that going to work? Let's see. The module cannot be imported from. Wait, what was that? Let me go back. Let me see if I can get that issue that just popped up again. Get rid of my little widget here. When restarting the workflow inside of Ace, I noticed that sometimes the stop button can fail and it will no longer actually work. Is it possible to look into why this might be happening and make it more robust? So inside of Ace, I've got this. Let me just close. I'm going to reopen it. We'll try that again. Third time's a charm, guys. Third time's a charm. Okay, so let's try this again. There should be an error message that pops up. I've hit continue. All right, I got it. So this, I believe, may be the issue. I'll just say continue. I'll pop up a new instance. Currently getting this error message when trying to run one of my projects. Fix voice transcription failures on device. So we're still getting issues with this. Boom. The build is still in progress. Okay. See, it's weird in Conductor when you use Ultra Code. You will notice that it doesn't actually show that it's working, even though it's saying that the build is in progress. So I don't know if Conductor wants to make an update regarding that, but which is the one building the agent harness? Was it this one? No. This one? Okay, yeah, this is the one. It's been going for, damn, it's been 20 minutes already. What the hell? Time's flying right now. Probably because I got so much shit to debug. Generator, Markdown plus polished self-contained ACE branded HTML dashboard with theme detection and jargon checks as the centerpiece. It's interesting because it's like different agents might produce a different output. So it's almost like we got to keep it as, maybe we do 3 different ones. It's like Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT, how they talk to each other. And then it could be one where it's ChatGPT and it could be one where it's just Claude. So 3. Okay, cool. It's actually testing the bench. This is actually kind of exciting because we can kind of test other people's apps now. Uncle Doobie, riddle me this. What commits half of the crime and is 20% of the population? No comment, bro. I just want the app to just function. Man, yesterday when we were launching the app, it was crazy to think just how much you actually need to prepare. Like to notarize the app with the Apple sign in and then to create the SMTP for the email. And like there was just so much involved in launching an app. It makes you realize why people don't, or people kind of just prefer to use other people's apps. It's like, it's interesting. I mean, this seems to be going. I have a feeling it's not going to work though because of that issue that popped up. I'm going to go into conductor. I think it was this one. No. I'll investigate the stop button. It's this one. I can see the error. The module cannot be imported from a client component module. It should only be used from a server component. This is a next.js server-only boundary violation. A module that uses server-only APIs is being imported into a client component. The error means found a likely culprit, imports billing access. If that component is a client component, it pulls in the whole server only chain. Let me confirm. So substring, the single server only chain is no client component statically imports server. Sounds like a bunch of jargon to me. Doobie, what's your end goal with this channel? Be honest. I mean, ideally, I want to hit 100K by the end of the year. But if we're thinking more like long term, I mean, I just want to build a community of AI coding gurus, you know, people who enjoy building apps with AI. That's the goal. You know, I kind of came into this just wanting to, I guess, you know, if you think about like where the world is at right now, because of AI, you no longer need to do a 3-year computer science degree, right? You can just prompt AI, ask it to build apps, and if you are concise with how you speak and convey your idea nicely, then AI can have a good shot at building the app that you're trying to build. So now, if anyone can build an app, the goal is no longer learning how to build apps. The goal is actually distribution. So it's all about, you know, how can you, once you build the app, sell the app, you know? Do you have an audience? Have you built a following? Because without a community and without any distribution planned or built up, then you're just going to be one of the many people who can now build an app. The moat to build apps is gone now. It used to be do a 3-year degree in computer science. Now you can just ask AI. So there's no longer that moat anymore when it comes to building the app. So the next moat is just distribution, you know? Do people care about the app that you're building? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was a long twisted way to answer your question, but I hope that helped, Gupta. Like, think about the leverage that I'm working on right now. Not only do I get to build my app, but while I'm building my app, I'm getting to interact with you guys and grow the community. It's like a win-win situation. Not only I get to work on my app and I get to grow my community, like the leverage is very high in my eyes. Getting distracted. Man, these have been going for a minute. Let me see. Is this good? 15 minutes. Okay, there we go. So, builder's green, both findings handled. Let me just get a quick review. I don't think you're based in the US, so did the Fable ban scare you a little? It did scare me because it shows a future where non-US citizens will be behind in AI, even despite local models. Thoughts? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that the US banned Fable 5, it was a little bit, because even to the point where Anthropic's own staff who are not based in the US are not able to use Claude is kind of crazy. Like Andre Karpathy, who they literally just brought on, was not able to use their latest model. It is a little bit scary, but I think at the end of the day, Fable isn't the only model out there, right? You've got Chinese models which are catching up. You've got local models which are everything is moving at a rate, and competition. It's not that gap wouldn't last forever. You know, like the ban, maybe like US citizens might get a head start, but I can't see a world where it's just the US. Like especially like Australia shouldn't get involved. I think they are bringing back with ID uploads, aren't they? Or was that fake news? There is a lot of fake news going around regarding the release. So it'll be interesting to see what's right. Some people are saying it'll be released in the next 24 hours. Some people are saying it's never going to be released. So maybe take a note of who's saying what, and then based on who's right, just unfollow the other guys. I'm not going to say too much, but look at the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture, Dante? Without spamming the chat, what's the bigger picture? The change adds Git as a first-class health setup dependency. Claude has just opened up a browser on Chrome for this bench, which is interesting. Is this fixed? Fixed restart to update. Review complete. We had one issue. Okay, let me copy this. Is the issue resolved or not? I think this is new. Let's see what it says. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different AI agents working at the same time right now. Bridge said it'll be back by tonight, 100%. Let's see. That's funny. Yo, Doobie, do you seek greatness, fame? I mean, not really. I don't think anyone should seek fame. I think people should just seek to do good work and then be recognized by that good work. I think that's what most people want. Rather than patch one path, I consolidated, prepare, convert, retry. This pairs with the earlier server-side defenses. changes on the existing PI into dev. Let me do another review. There is no AI bubble. It's an AI underdog, and it's really America and the G7 or however many countries want to monopolize and have full mass cyber surveillance. Cryptocurrency was denied by China. Interesting. And whoever is on their side and the AI race is to solidify their own place so they don't have to conform. Damn, that's deep. That's super deep. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, these prompts are going for ages, man. I guess as the code base grows, so does the difficulty of the code. Was this merged already? Merge dev into main. Let me have a look. Yo, Doobie, when I hit 100K and you hit 100K, we'll do a collab, okay? All right, bet. I'm keen. Let me know, bro. Let me know when. Let me know time and place. Computer's getting a bit slow. Got too much shit running. The pipeline is working through the mission contract. Okay. Interesting. Okay, agents are building. Let's see how long this takes. Span by... Yo, Doobie, out of the following, who's your favorite? Nick Sarev, Nate Herc, Riley Brown, Alex Finn, Matthew Berman, Cole Medden. Probably, I'll say top 3 on there is Nick. Actually, no, it's probably Alex, Matthew, and then Nick, in that order. Nate's good. He's not bad. I feel like he's a bit too like trying to push as much content out as possible. Nick, I really like. Matthew, he's like a bit chill, has some good takes. He's also quite original, I feel like he comes up with his own ideas. Alex, I just really like how he's very like, this is my take, this is my opinion, and I don't care what anyone else says. Like I kind of fuck with that. So even though I don't always agree with Alex's takes, I think they're still good to watch and understand his perspective, because he's just full one direction, you know, like you're not going to get, and I rate it. Okay, cool. We can get rid of that. This has been going on for ages now. I'm like, is this even working? Let's see. Let's see how long it needs. Kingston is done. This is the standing by. The monitor or the fallback wake up will re-invoke. Continue. Nick makes like 300k USD a month, bro. It's so insane. Actual? From what? I'm pretty sure they're all making like hundreds of thousands a month. Like Alex has his community, which makes like a few 100,000 a month. Nate has his own community as well, making a few 100,000 a month. Riley's got his app. Matthew, I'm not sure how Matthew's making money. Maybe just purely through content. From school. So Nick's got his school community as well. Yeah. There you go. Everyone's making mad bank from their school communities. Current state of the whole effort. How can we current state of the whole effort? Can you do the merge plus tag plus signed release? We already have it signed. I'm just wondering, do all future apps need to be signed, or is it automatically done? Here is the signed app. It's in downloads. Damn, my computer's mad laggy right now. We got to catch up to these guys, man. We will, bro. We will. Don't worry, man. Who do you think created AI? Damn, that's giving me a history lesson right now. Who created AI? Dude, I can see this going back to Nikola Tesla or some shit. Because wasn't AI already kind of around? Like, think about chess, right? A computer beating the grandmaster in chess. That's technically AI, no? Yo, Doobie, any advice on getting a GF? I'm going to college next year. Bro, have you got, have you ever had AGF? That's so funny. Just got to be yourself, be confident in your own skin. Don't do anything weird. Like groom yourself as well, you know, like do skincare, shave if you haven't shaved already, go to the gym. It's pretty easy, man. I feel like a lot of people don't even do those things. So if you just do that alone, you'll be like in the top 5%. OpenAI was created by NVIDIA server, I think. I created AI. I think we found the creator of AI, Hikmet Bison, in the chat right now. It's error when trying to run one of my projects. Bottom line, this is not a bug in Ace itself. Ace's runtime is clean and fully up to date. The error is the standard next.js server client boundary error, and it is coming from the app Ace generated and then tried to build preview for you. Something in that app generated app has a client component, importing a module that is server only. How to fix the generated app. Durable Ace side fix ships via the runtime flow. We should be preventing users from building this or the agent from building this type of app, and we need to put guardrails in place so this doesn't happen. You know, the user has a goal, the goal needs to be met. And if we're just going to show them a blocked message, then that means the goal hasn't been met. In the back end, we need to do what we need to do to reach that end goal. Dude, we've got so many agents running right now. What's Claude usage at? Guess whose grandfathers collected his remains? Apparently, allegedly, it was Elon's and Trump's. Also, Sam Altman and Elon Musk, and one other man here at the birth of AI. What's the conspiracy theory, bro? Hit me. We are at 60% of our 5-hour limit right now. No, but like, how do you actually talk to girls? Ask someone out, like actually get in a real high value relationship. I mean, that just comes from practice, man. Practice makes perfect. Like, there's no video or anything you can watch. Like, you just need to go out and experiment. Just like I tell everyone when they're building apps with AI, like, you can watch as many courses as you want, but you're going to learn way more if you actually go out and try and build something yourself. It's the same thing. And it can be nerve-wracking, but you just got to know that if you don't do it, then you're going to regret it. By the way, Doobie, thoughts on Elon hitting $1 trillion? Thoughts on Cursor being acquired by SpaceX? Also, I'm sorry for spamming questions. It's just really nice to hear your views on random stuff. He also eats poop. That's funny. I mean, yeah, I think it's cool, you know? The guy, honestly, if someone were to hit, you know, there's always a reason to hate on the rich. There's always going to be a reason for people to not want to, you know, take their side. But I think at the end of the day, like, how many people who reach $1 billion are actually continuing their work? You know what I mean? Like, think of all the retired billionaires. Like, the fact that Elon's still working even though he's reached this level of net worth is like a testament to him, and it's clear that he deserves it. Like, you know, literally SpaceX is such a unique idea, and the moat around SpaceX, you can imagine how many years of him trying to build rockets and get them to land did he actually, like, he built a moat that is very hard to replicate. You know, think about Starlink and how you can get access to Wi-Fi anywhere in the world because he's got satellites in space. Like, no one can replicate his business model, and that's why it's worth what it's worth. And I think, you know, that's fine. You know, I think he's doing a lot of good for humanity. Electric cars, like back when he was even researching into electric cars, everyone would have called him an idiot, right? Like, and now here he is. I'd be interested to know like how much CO2 has he's stopped from being emitted into the air because of Tesla. I mean, Broly, you can have your opinion, man, but I think Elon is a huge good to humanity. Like, don't get me wrong, he's not perfect. Everyone's got their flaws, but like, if someone was to reach a trillion, I'm glad it's Elon and not someone else. I mean, Broly, you're taking a dig at capitalism. Like, at the end of the day, you can't fight what the world is built and run upon because then you're just going to play a losing game. You know, you might as well accept, okay, capitalism is real. So what's the best way for me to win in the system that I've been born into? You shouldn't fight the system that you've been born into. You should just accept it and try and grow from that. Standing by the build and full test suite results. Okay, it's working. And Doobie, that's wild. You just conformed. What do you mean? Every civilization in history has ended, so will this one. that's that's deep. Hey Doobie, I have about 2 years of experience. I've been trying it out, learning and watching you create stuff. If is possible, can we meet for like 5 minutes? Anything time you're available so I can get inspo. I mean, the difference between us meeting in person, like one on one, and you just asking me questions on stream, like what's the difference? You know, at least for me, I get something out of it because I'm streaming and building my app and talking to you, like building my community. And you should get something out of it too because you're able to ask me questions. Like this is, I don't know how much, you know what I mean? Like I feel like, because I get asked this a lot, Hikmet. So I'm sorry if it's coming off as a bit dry, but basically the way that I think about it, when you're ever pitching someone to offer you advice or to help you out, you need to think, okay, like, how can I make this valuable to them as well? Because I get this message every day. And so I just have to say no at this point because I can't one-on-one with everyone. Otherwise I'm never going to grow my own personal accomplishments. So, you know, I think the way you got to look at it is like, okay, he's live streaming right now. Maybe I can ask him a question, you know, I'll answer your questions. Like anything that I can show you one-on-one, I can show you live. So I'm just giving you the most honest take right now. Bro, Doobie, do you think AI will make money obsolete in the next 50 years or will it take longer? I have no idea how long it's going to take. It could take 10 years, man, like at the rate that AI is moving. But yeah, I think it's an interesting thing whether money is going to be obsolete or not. It'll be really interesting to see how that shift occurs. Just because something is a way it is doesn't mean it's the correct way. Look at the evolution of AI. Harness engineering has been out for 6 months and they're just now doing it. And at the same time, they say slow down evolution. That's why I said I'll be there Thursday. I got to go to work, might join on mobile. Neutronic. What's good, bro? Good to see you back in the streams. AI is like the internet boom. Everyone hated it. Early adopters got rich and it slowly became harder to break into as time went on. 100%. There's always going to be something like the dot-com boom, AI boom. Next thing, maybe space. Except that's a lot harder to get into. Bro, new to your stream. Could you tell how much you have invested in this project so far and how much did the software cost? I mean, I spend about $500 a month on AI subscriptions. So that's kind of my costs. In terms of investment, like I kind of reinvest all the money that I make, like even just in the setup. Like you guys can't see, but there's a nice light in the background now, which helps light my face up. So everything kind of gets reinvested. I've got a whiteboard in the back, which I bought. There's a light over there. I kind of try to reinvest everything, even the mic. Next thing is a camera, actually. I need to get a better camera. But I reinvest like everything back into what I'm doing, whether it's content or building apps. Sometimes I'll increase my subscriptions. Like I just added Gemini, I might add Higgsfield again. What am I working on as of now? I'm working on ACE. This is ACE, my agentic coding environment. And yeah, you can kind of do all sorts of things in here. You can connect agents together. And you can get them to do more complicated tasks. So I think the reason why the runner didn't work, I don't think this is going to work, is because it's releasing a Next.js server which has issues with it, if I'm not mistaken. So this is looking into why the stop button fails, and it's been going for 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. You're going to go to the bathroom. Right. What's going on? Yo, Doobie, do you not feel scared about AI making money obsolete or all the fears about AI, like replacing us, regulations, etc.? How do you deal with it? I mean, not really, man. At the end of the day, the world is going to move forward and they're going to figure out how to make it work. And when that problem comes, like, there's no point really being scared of what's to come because we don't really know what's to come, you know? Better off trying to lock in now and try and secure, um, whatever you can while in this moment, you know? No time to waste energy thinking about the future and be scared of it and stress out over it. Rather just like put that energy towards what can I do right now to make sure that if things happen in the future, I am prepared. How do you deal with distractions? Like, distractions in the life of a man. Interesting question. I think that discipline is a muscle that you can teach. You can strengthen, and so the more that you do, the more distractions you avoid, the stronger that muscle gets. But there's also like part of it is also like how passionate are you about the thing that you're doing? If you have genuine passion for what you're doing, and you have a genuine interest for what you're doing, then distractions aren't going to matter because at the end of the day, you enjoy what you do. How do you deal with the AI bill in the early days? I mean, it was impossible to know what you would create in the future and whether it would make money. Yeah, but Isaac, you got to look at it like this, right? This is a new skill that we're all learning. The ability to talk to AI and then create an output that you're happy with. This skill, Andre Karpathy, he coined it Vibecoding, but you need it to you need to learn the skill, right? You're not just going to be good at it straight away. And so you got to look at your AI token fees as tuition fees. You are paying to learn. So when I first started Vibecoding, I was spending a lot of money unnecessarily because I was using Replit. For those that don't know, Replit's like this super beginner friendly AI platform. And because it's so beginner friendly, you're paying for the convenience. So you end up paying a lot extra than you normally would if you were to do it yourself. But they do the hosting, they do like the database, they do everything. So I would recommend to a beginner who's never done AI coding before to try out Replit, because then you're going to know everything about building an app and you're just going to have fun while doing it. And then, move into Claude and then seeing if you can do it yourself. Midjourney's unveiling their first hardware device, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that's just your tuition fees. If you have passion, it's so easy. Haha, I used AI to increase my pay once upon a time. How'd you do that? What, for negotiations or because of how much output you had? Like, how'd you do that, Jmart? Also, guys, I probably should say this more, but my app is currently live, okay? If you want to test it out for yourself, there's a link in the description. But yeah, I'll probably this is kind of the soft launch, so you can be one of the first people to try it. I'll probably do a big announcement tomorrow. But yeah, app is live right now, guys. Fix. Was this a new one? When the UI is still okay? I think it is. This was a 40-minute prompt, by the way. So let's see what it says here. Why the stop button was failing. The stop button is driven entirely by the client's idea of run is active. But the server's abort handler only did anything when it found a run whose status was exactly processing and stayed completely silent otherwise. The client only ever clears its running state in response to a server event. So the moment the two sides disagreed, stop sent abort. The server silently did nothing, no event came back, and the button stayed visibly active but permanently dead. The restart flow has the main way to trigger that disagreement. The actual root cause is a use after replace bug in the run lifecycle. Runs are tracked in a map keyed by workspace ID, 5-minute retention window. When you stop a run and immediately restart, the old run's orchestrator keeps unwinding its finally block after the new run is registered. Then flipped the new run status out of processing. Now the new run is genuinely running but marked finalized. So clicking stop. Okay, so this is actually a pretty big problem. Let's create a PR and push to dev. Replit used to be a hosting builder service. It's low-key crazy how they swapped over. Interesting. My output. What's up, bro? Could you explain Vibecoding and how do you earn money from it? I'm new in the space. What up, Ferry Brack? How we doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Vibecoding is basically the ability to explain your idea to AI and then it comes back with an output that you're happy with. That's vibecoding. Or using AI to code, basically. And you can make money from it just like anyone else makes money from coding by building software, building apps, that sort of stuff. It's worth noting now, though, that because Vibecoding has made it so easy to build apps, that you also got to consider, like, what does distribution look like? You know, how can I market my app? Went from creating Discord bots to working as a back-end dev for some Web3 to not fully modernizing a 50-year-old to now fully modernizing a 50-year-old company. Damn, J-Mart. I always knew you had it in you, bro. I always knew you were a smart cookie. I probably should have gotten a review on this. I might have messed up. I'm looking to build a game in Roblox. Sounds pretty childish, but there's a lot of money in those Roblox games. Yeah, I've heard, man. Roblox developers make like millions of dollars. Like literally millions of dollars a month. It's crazy. But it's also worth noting that like to be in like there's thousands of games that just don't make any money. So you really got to know and be in that top percentage. Same with like people who make Fortnite maps. Ace Bench. Let's go. Deterministic harness. What shipped? Ace Bench. Insight is already surfaced. 96 out of 100. All 8 missions passing. The harness nails workflow classification and safety. The email automation requires human approval. The competitor tracker routes to a research digest with citation gates. The weak spot is clarification. Step O2 asks generic questions, not mission specific ones. No construction, pricing inputs, no which competitors. This is exactly the kind of regression weakness this tool exists to catch. Okay, cool. So we just built our Ace Bench agent harness, and it's also come up with issues regarding step 2 and how the questions are very generic. Can you help me create a prompt to then send to another AI agent to tackle the step 2 generic question problem? Okay, that's cool. I did not change installed app. Okay, so now that we have this tool, how does it get activated? Where does it show? You've kind of just built something, but like, how do we use it? And where do the results get shown? You're working in the Ace Duo Code repo. Opus 4.8. We'll go Ultra Code on this. And maybe we'll go plan mode as well. It's another case of needing a channel to distribute it to. Exactly. Unless you have like access to like the top influencers in Roblox, or maybe you are an influencer yourself and you know how to create good Roblox content. Like, how are you able to get people to actually be excited about your game, you know? Yeah, bro, it's insane. I know it's pretty hard and you need to get lucky, but with AI, you can build pretty fast new games, and how more you make, how more chances to get a game that goes viral. I mean, that's true, but you also got to consider like marketing is really important, because so many games come out every single day. Like, you need to be able to differentiate and distinguish yourself by having actual users in your game. What's your dream in life, man? That's deep, bro. I just want to be financially free. I want to be able to build a community of like-minded individuals, and I want to be able to look after myself and my family. That's it. When you build like an app, isn't it hard to promote your app and get clients for the app? You can spend ads on Roblox. Yeah, but like, how much money are you actually making from the ads? You know, compared to people who own Roblox YouTube accounts that have million subscribers making Roblox content. Like, one is way more higher return on investment than another. I'd end up reaching out to the Roblox creators and saying like, yo, how much does it cost to make a video where you try out my game? Answer is Ace Bench is a manual on-demand tool. Nothing activates automatically. Nothing pops up. Is it possible to build a separate app in a separate repo for Ace Bench? If we were to transfer this into a different repository, how would that look? Because that way we can kind of self-manage it, and it connects to Ace as like this other app. Actually, we can put it on the website. Because we kind of need a way to trigger this bench, and we also need a way to show the bench's results. I think we could show the bench's results on the website, but it doesn't really work to do that right now since we don't have enough data. No findings. We can merge. Why is your school free, by the way? Why not paid? Because why not? I just wanted it to be free initially. But also like, yeah, no, in Roblox itself, you can spend ad credits so your game is on the home page, and if they see it's performing good, they will set your game in the algo and get more people, and that's how your game goes viral. Ah, interesting. I didn't know that. What's your name and why did you choose something as informal as Dubin for the channel? My name's Dubin with D-U-B-I-N. My parents gave me a really lame name. They basically connected their two names together to make my name. Du came from my dad's side, Bin came from my mum's side, connected it together. And Dubin was born. Now, my nickname's always been Doobie, and my username's always been Doobie Boobie. So I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be like every other creator that's super formal and polished. Like, we can have a bit of personality and mix up the name and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Bro, does your app work with my local Claude subs? Yeah, of course. That's the whole point of the app, is that you can use it with your subscription instead of an API. So you're not having to actually pay any extra money, you know? It just works. So yeah, check it out if you haven't already. It's called Ace. And I think it'll help you out. And we're quickly improving it, okay? Because there's a lot of feedback coming in. I'm constantly testing and breaking the app. So yeah, we're moving very quickly, okay, guys? Like you can see, I'm using Ultra Code right now. Claude Ultra Code, bruh. Like, of course we're going hard right now. The one hard decision, how the separate app connects to Ace. Okay, yes, this is very doable, and honestly, it is a good direction. Ace Bench is already structured for it. The scoring actually reaches the one hard decision, how the separate connects to Ace. Option A, shared core package. Ace as a service, API best for self-managed. Trigger remotely, show on website. Option A is the right target. All right, let's go with option A. Now, the other thing worth noting is, would we be able to test other people's agent harnesses with our... Actually, maybe that's a topic for another day. Let's go with option A. By the way, the Ace logo is super cool. Thanks, bro. I think so too. when you build like an app, isn't it hard to promote your app and get clients for the app? I'm sorry I didn't hear you answer on this question, so I send it again. I mean, it is very hard. Exactly. That's why I live stream everything, because it's high leverage for me to build my app and also have you guys, you know, converse and watch me build it is like a win, because then it like automatically markets my app, like without me technically having to even do anything, if you think about it. What would you say has been the most painful moment in your life that transformed you and helped you build character? That's a deep question. Damn, we're going there now. The most painful moment in my life was probably when I was dating this girl and I found out that she cheated on me. That was probably the most painful moment in my life. Not because of her cheating on me, but more because of how she did it. It was like very malicious and like purposefully done in a way to hurt me. And so that actually was extremely painful. And I think that changed the trajectory of my life, because if you look at the very first video of my YouTube channel, that video was made 1 week before I found out about her cheating on me. So you can just see the growth that comes from that. You know, I went on to go a lot harder in terms of like, how can I make money? I was locked in the gym. Like a lot changed when that happened. And, you know, I'm really, nowadays I kind of look back and I'm kind of grateful that it happened, because I feel like it was a bit of a wake up call and a slap to the face. And it was kind of just like, okay, well, if I don't lock in now and if I don't accomplish what I'm here to accomplish, then I'm probably not going to get anywhere, you know? So yeah, it's a deep question to ask, man. So you get, I guess, a deep answer. But the only way that I could see myself kind of getting better after facing that pain was like, well, I don't want to be the person that she cheated on anymore. You know, I don't want to be the person that she broke. So I had to improve and I had to become a better person and change who I am, really. Yeah. Deep question, bro. Shit. I think they fell back on changing the -p usage because Fable got banned. Mono, you reckon? Do you ever compare yourself to the other guy? Hell nah. But if I did, I reckon I wouldn't be mad. I reckon I wouldn't be mad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you gotta have confidence in yourself, you know? If you think you're top shit, obviously without having the ego, more just from a confidence perspective, then you're top shit, bro. Like, only you and yourself can determine your worth. Mono repo. That's a thing? Jmart? But yeah, I mean, I'm sure early on I might have compared myself to the other guy just because I was like in my sad boy era and I was like, damn, man, who this other guy, man? But the more that I think about it, I think it wasn't really about the other guy, and it was more just about getting back at me because I don't know, made her unhappy or some shit. Girls can be evil sometimes, man. Like, their intentions, they're different to guys. Like, a guy might cheat on a girl because they find the other girl that attractive, and so they like slip up. But a girl can cheat on a guy and it can have a completely different intention. Like, it doesn't need to be because the guy looks good. It could purely just be to fuck with the guy that she's with. It's different. Option A is clean to execute. Like, girls just think differently to guys, you know? We're wired different. How'd you get out of it, man? I'm still there. Any advice? Damn, you're there? Other than the cliche, work on yourself, get better, etc. Dude, I'm telling you right now, take that pain and just like chuck it into going hard into something, whether it's the gym, whether it's building an app. And I guarantee you the energy and the pain that you're feeling converted into like these different outputs is going to actually help you perform better in these areas. It's weird, but it's true. Because you have way more motivation than all these other guys. So that passion to work like really hard comes out. But yeah, time heals, bro. How old are you, Gupta? You're asking mad crazy questions. Push to dev. After it merges, merge. Add ace bench deterministic. Okay, so what did I say here? Clean to execute. Start with phase 1 now. It is the foundation everything else sits on. Let me get a review. Get a review on this. Okay, I think this is P1 release flow target. P2 required get is ignored. Okay, so we got some more shit we got to focus on. I'm 17. I think you've seen my Vibecoding channel, by the way. What's your Vibecoding channel? Bro is breathing through a wound. I can't tell if you're talking about me because I'm breathing loudly or Gupta. Pebbly. I've been there one too many times, cuh. It's funny. Wholesome ass little moment right here. Everyone just saying that their heart has been broken at one point. At this point, it's part of the human like development. You know, you got to get your heart broken. It's just how it is. Check it off the list, man. It's funny how that's such a universally like true thing, right? Like a lot of people have gone through this feeling. You'll find like all the songs, they're always about like heartbreak or love. Like 90% of the songs out there, it's all only about those two things. It's like people get the most passion when they're like in that moment, you know? Stop button fails. We've merged already. I think there's a few updates to dev, so let's see. It's called Vibecoding with Naman. You saw it. I taught Replit. Vibecoding with Naman. Vibecoding with Naman. Did I? When did I see it? How do you know that I would have seen your channel? Like, how would you have known that? Vibe. Yo, we're so close to 34,000 subscribers, man. We've been stuck on 33 for ages. What's it called? Vibecoding with Naman. Oh, yeah. I have seen your channel. That's right. I think you were telling me about your sponsorship deals, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out, bro. There you go. Free promo. You can't be heartbroken no more. I'm from Belgium, by the way. So also in Europe, it's a thing. What, to get your heart broken? Yo, also like up the stream if you haven't already, man. Like that shit up. My app Ace has gone live, soft launch, not officially. So only people in the live stream know about it. Waiting on the update here. But if I said, hey, the module cannot, yep, and then I can press this again and it stops. Okay, cool. The stop works nicely now. The send doesn't work that well though. Okay, the stop button works smoothly now. However, the send button is a bit laggy. It takes a few seconds to register. Also, when I press enter, it doesn't seem to work either. So can we now make the send button a bit more robust? And which one was... This has been going for 45 minutes. Okay, Jesus Christ, man. That's a huge... This is all due to... Okay, yeah. This is going to be a big upgrade though. It just gets a bit glitchy. The whole app kind of pauses a little bit. I find myself pressing the button multiple times before it actually works, and I can't tell if this is because of the lag or... By the way, your stream is really delayed or your chat is behind. Actual? By like how much? I also like kind of read the chat a bit late. So how much do you spend on AIs every month? Probably like $500 a month in AI expenditure. Oh, never mind. It's not really delayed. You just read chat late. Yeah, exactly. I'm multitasking, bro. Look how many different AI agents I'm trying to manage. So you can't blame me. Give this another review. Fix voice. We have a issue again. Add ace bench. It said one thing worth deciding early because it changes order. Do you want me to also write the GitHub action against the current in repo bench first, so data starts accumulating in parallel while the package extraction happens? That gets you toward the website view fastest. I just don't want to read all that, you know? Help me translate this message into one short paragraph for me to quickly understand what it's talking about. Just the key points and issues. Just the key points. Plain English, they want to split the ACE bench system into its own clean reusable package called Duocode Harness Core. The safest first step is to do this inside the current ACE repo by moving only the small pure benchmark logic into a new workspace package while keeping everything reversible and making sure the app still builds tests properly. Later they would publish that package, create a separate ACE bench website dashboard, store results in Supabase, and run the benchmark automatically on GitHub PR so results build up over time. Approve phase 1 now and decide whether they should also set up the GitHub action early so benchmark data starts collecting immediately. Can you write a reply message just saying that, yeah, let's make, the ACE bench its own reusable package. Let's make sure the app doesn't build successfully. Regarding the website dashboard, I think we can make this localhost for now. And to make it automatically test the harness after every GitHub PR is a bit excessive, because some GitHub PRs have nothing to do with improving the agent harness, just improving the overall app and experience. Translate that into a response. Getting AI to talk to AI right now. Yo, Doobie, one suggestion I think will grow your channel. You hit big on the Claude usage limits vid, so why not try making more vids related to usage limits? Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. I thought that I could just continue to come up with new ideas, right? Because I was on a bit of a roll with all my videos. I kept coming up with new ideas that were performing really well. So I thought I should just keep doing that and be original. But now I've had a change in mind and I'm thinking, okay, I could definitely just make the video again with different information. Did you ever date someone after that experience, by the way, bro? Yeah, I'm in a relationship right now. I got a girlfriend and she's amazing. I love her. The bug when Apple speech was denied and no cloud gives a fix. St. John's over here with some feedback. Only exists on the sibling branch, not on dev. Wait, what is this about? What's the Saint? Before I finalize the plan, 2 decisions genuinely shape it. The key 1, ACE bench to validate the task names lives only on the sibling on main. Dude, what is this about? You are working in the ACE Duocode repo, then follow the ACE runtime task. Fix ACE onboarding step 02. So clarification question on mission specific, not generic. I see, okay. Okay, skip running the bench. The deterministic generator is what ACE bench measures. Only and what the brief's acceptance criteria target. Should I also strengthen the AI mission architect prompt to the live UIs? Path when a model is configured. Yes. Man, so many bugs found in the reviews. Okay. A lot of loose ends to tie up right now, including this one. Holy shit. Welcome back, Dante. This has been going for a long time. Construction estimator. Task. This is a focus harness quality improvement, fix ACE onboarding. So clarification questions are mission specific, not generic ACE bench scored clarification at. Let me explore the code base to understand the current. Critical dependent discrepancy. The ACE bench agent reported file paths under a different workspace, not my workspace. Critical finding, ACE bench does not exist in my, oh my God. Just completely ignore the ACE bench stuff, okay? The goal is to just improve the questions being asked in step 2. Cut out all that other noise regarding ACE bench and work on the problem at hand. Peace out, Gupta. Hope you're feeling alright, bro. I feel for you, brother. It's tough, man. Analog, why do you use Conductor over something more popular like Cursor? I mean, I just like Conductor. I tested out Cursor. I've tested out a lot of the different tools, and Cursor kind of stood out to me. It's just really easy and easy to use, and this is basically my competition. Like, ACE needs to beat Cursor. Conductor, I should say. It already does like cover areas that Conductor doesn't cover, but the goal is that eventually ACE can just do all of Conductor. And make ACE onboarding step O2 clarification mission specific. Okay, approve. Finally done. The build is running. I'll confirm and summarize once it's complete. Once it completes. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here and probably just continue working just off stream for a little bit. There's a bunch of API credentials and stuff that I need to configure. So thanks for joining today. It's actually a really good stream. Probably one of the better streams. Actually one of my favorites so far. It's been a good time with you guys. Thanks for supporting the soft launch of ACE. Try it out if you haven't already. There's a link in the description. And yeah, tomorrow let's do like a big launch party and I'll live stream like the official launch. Hopefully we can get a lot of these bugs fixed and we'll go from there. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.